Hi, welcome back. James again with another video about the GH2. Just want to quickly say thanks to everybody that's recently subscribed. It means a lot. We finally hit the 100 subscribers mark, which is fantastic. So thanks for that, much appreciated. A month ago, maybe a couple of months ago, maybe a few weeks ago, I can't remember. I did a video on the GH2 as a cinema rig, and then I showed you how I built that up with different parts, matte boxes, all the rest of it. At that time, I was waiting for a GH2 dummy battery to come to power the camera externally. Well, that's turned out to be a bit of a nightmare. I've tried a few different kinds of GH2 batteries, DC couplers, GH2 batteries that are adapted to DTAP, numerous different power leads to connect the dummy battery to a V-mount battery plate, all of which have just failed. I keep getting the this battery's not recognized. I think it's this battery, some type of error anyway, but it's been fucking just the worst. So not willing to give up, I persevered and spent more money, and just hoped and prayed that something I bought actually bloody worked. So before I go on, I will state I'm no electrician. All this talk of volts and milliamps, and I have no idea really what it fucking means. But I'm going to show you today how I solved the external power specifically for a Lumix GH2 and what I'm using and the options which are available to you. All right. I will state quickly that most of the dummy batteries which have failed for this seem to work for the G7. So I'm more inclined to believe that it's just this camera, which is a bit of a fucking diva, doesn't want to work. I did go on a few forums and done a bit of research into why that may be the case, why this is particularly a difficult camera to power externally. So what I can gather is the battery for the GH2 is a 7.2 volt battery. But to externally power it, you need to get that up to close to 9 volts. That seems to be the sweet spot. Some people are saying it's 8.2, some are saying it's 12. You know, there's been a back and forth. So what I decided to do was search the internet for a power bank that can output at 9 volts. And this is what I bought. All the links to these bits and pieces I bought, I'll put in the show notes down below. Okay, so this is a LiPo mini UPS uninterruptible power supply system with PoE current transfer function, AC 100 volts, 240 volts, input 8,800 milliamps. So that's quite a lot of power in there. So this is a power bank, and what I specifically looked for when I was purchasing this was the output. And as you can see there, the output is 9 volts. It's got an indicator there, so I can switch from 9 to 12 volts, just like that. Also, interestingly enough, I was curious to find a power bank which has something for a monitor. So this is a 5 volt USB port to power an external monitor as well. So it seems pretty pointless having a power bank just to power the camera. It'd be great to have something else that I can power the monitor with too, which is great. And I'll touch a little bit upon that in a bit. So again, saying I had no luck with couplers, no luck with DC couplers, has just been absolutely a nightmare. So I did manage to get my hands upon something that did work. All right. And this is again from Amazon. This cost about £40 for the power bank, and this DC coupler cost £18.99, so around £20. again from Amazon. So this is a 12 to 24 volt step down cable. All right. So it comes with the dummy battery here. Get this in focus. Here, so it's got it's got the female end, and then this part there, and this is the power cord cable that obviously goes in here, and then this then goes into the output on the side there. Now again, I'm not an electrician, so I can't guarantee what I'm saying is actually correct, but what I can gather, the reason why I think this does work is because of this thing on here. What this is doing, this is taking a 12 volt to 24 volt, and it's outputting it at 8.4 or 8.8 volts, which is close to the 9 volt mark. And I believe just attaching this to your average kind of AC or DC cables you get with V-mount plates just isn't doing it. You need something a bit special to do a bit more work for the battery. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying, but I think this plays a part. I think this plays a part on why it's actually working. So just to prove that it does, I'll take the GH2. I'll put the coupler in. Bear in mind as well on the GH2, if you don't know this, there is, let me see if I can focus on here. There's a little door here by the battery compartment. So then when you put the battery in, you can put the lead there, and then you're able to close the battery door. All right, so if I should show you again quick, so there's the battery door up. This little thing here comes away. You can then put the lead from the dummy battery into that little groove there, and then close the door. So let's open this up. Turn this on, so it's just a switch. Do a bit of focus pulling here in a minute. Green button here, hold that on, lights come on. All right, it'll indicate there that it's 9 volts. The top one is 12, but it's indicating 9 volts there, which is what we want. And you can see, well, the camera's on, no problems whatsoever. Happy days. Right. Now, this isn't a V-mount battery. This is just a power bank, okay? So putting this on a rig, I had to think about how I was going to do that. So what I did is I got some bits and pieces. Lucky enough, I had a few pieces around the house, like little kind of adaptable 1/4 3/8 kind of thread screws and stuff like that. So I found something. This is like a part of something. I can't remember where the hell I got it from. This has basically got a screw there, okay? So you can screw a ball head inside. All right, now I'll show you what I mean. So I went online and I bought a Camvate DSLR rod clamp rail block with ball head, which is something like this. Now, the ball head you get is a bit smaller than this one. This is one I found. It's a bit beastier. It's a bit kind of more solid, so I stuck this on instead, but it does come with a ball head. So camera goes on like this, all right? Screw this on, just like so. Then the rod system on the back. And the beauty of this is, because it's a ball head, you can pretty much have it whatever you want it. So if you want it kind of down to the back like this, just lock it off, and there you go. If you want it kind of facing up, you can do it like that. There you go. The options are there. this further back. Kind of put it like this. It's whatever makes sense, whatever looks the best, I guess. But I think it'll work. I think it'll be a good option to power the GH2 going forward. Obviously it's plastic, it's not weather sealed. That could be an issue. You know, I think if you're in the elements, you may have to think about perhaps covering this up. We've got a lot of vents around the side, so you may want to think about putting something over to protect it if you are filming in, you know, light rain or dusty conditions. But other than that, I think it'll work. I think it'll do the job. So this rod system costs £20. The cable cost almost 20, and this costs 40. So about 80 quid, which is roughly the price of a cheap V-mount battery plate. You can get this working a treat. So monitor, quickly touch upon the monitor. To power the monitor, the lead I went for, because I got a FeelWorld 5.5 monitor. So, and because I've only got a USB 5 volt and the V-mount, and the monitor takes 12 volts, I bought a USB lead, and again I'll put this in the comments. Where is the lead? Yeah, I bought a 5 volt to 12 volt adapter, all right, so, which is this here. Just looks like a bog standard USB to DC, all right, there we go, and then that just sticks in the 5 volt on the side here, and then you're good to go with your monitor. All right, so check what voltage your monitor needs. I think most are 5 volts, but just in case, you can get you know, adapters that go from 5 to 12 volts, which mine has to be the case. This is £6.99. Again, it works a treat. So with that as well, I can now power the monitor when it's on the camera too. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Any comments down below? If there's an easier, cheaper way of doing it, then please let me know. But if not, I hope that helps. Any questions, put them in the comment section down below. And yeah, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following and liking and commenting already. I do appreciate it. I got some other videos coming up. I bought a new camera, Sony A7, so I'm going to test out some lenses with that. I've got to do a little review on some old vintage lenses, the 55mm f2 Takema, and I bought a very wide 19mm Vivitar f3.5, which is pretty cool. So stay tuned, hit the notification bell. Yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.